another edition of the 2024 MLB Draft Spotlight Show. We're going back-to-back LSU commits, Catholic High School's own William Schmidt. William, welcome to the show.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm excited to talk to you because I think the label that I've decided to put on you, and maybe everyone has put it on you, biggest hammer breaking ball in the class. We're going to get to that. But before we do, William, who are you on the baseball field, man? How do you tick? How do you operate? How do you navigate a lineup? And then on the other side of things, off the field, passions, hobbies. What do you like to do to kill your spare time?
On the field, I'm a low pulse guy. Like I'm not really the team leader that people might think I am. I get my work done on the side and I like to go out there and have fun. Low energy, not like super hyper or any of that. Um, and off the field, I'm an only child, so I spend a lot of time out of the house. Uh, like my relationships with my friends are super important. I'm a big golfer, being like a PO, I guess is kind of like
You
one
have
of the
to.
things that doesn't get in the way, right? Um, I love spending times with friends and, it doesn't really matter what it is. Like as long as we're with each other, we find a way to have fun.
All right, if you've got a baseball, let me see those pitch grips, man. I want to see how you throw those pitches. I want to see what the menu is when you go to the bump.
Yeah. So I throw one fastball, just a simple four seamer. Um, Typically I let her eat a few times every game. Uh, the hammer that everybody talks about. Just a simple on the seam grip, and I just my hands are like super big, and I generate a lot of spin for some reason, and that's like where all the break comes from. It's just a more up and down breaking ball more than like a slurve, and the pitch that no one really sees or cares about is just a regular circle change.
Does it kind of bother you a little bit that the hammer gets all the headlines? I mean, you are a starting pitcher prospect. You got the fastball. You're up to 98, maybe more. You got the changeup. Like, do you want to be known as more than the curveball guy in this class?
uh, I mean, I guess so. Uh, I take a lot of pride in people saying that like having the best breaking pitch. I feel like that's pretty cool. So if like changeup gets overlooked, doesn't bother me really.
Good. I like that. Can you kind of talk about what the last 12 months has been like for you? Because you went from a guy that was already touching 94, 95, loose, long, and then this spring you come out grabbing eights, approaching triple
Yeah.
digits. Like, how'd you come to that?
Last 12 months have been crazy. I'll just go back like as far as the summer. The summer circuit's a wild thing. I slept in my own bed three times over the whole course of the summer. Yeah, lots of traveling. You meet a lot of new people, you learn a lot of new things, and it's a grind for sure. Um, but over the summer, all you hear about is like projectability, and yeah, I was like 93, 94, but there's more in the tank and all. And this season, you're just seeing me like empty out the tank, seeing like all the hard work pay off, like me giving it everything I got, try to put myself in the best position. Um, yeah, it's been a journey. Uh, I'm finally growing into my body, like people said I would. I'm learning how to pitch with my pitches, not just trying to throw them for strikes. Learning when to throw them and how to throw them. So I think that's like where most of my success is coming from.
Is it crazy being in the spotlight? Is it crazy being talked about in public circles? Like, I mean, you go from a high school sophomore, a high school junior that's just pitching, playing ball to all of a sudden, your name's being brought up and LSU is involved and all these different things. Like, what is that? What is that like for a 17, 18-year-old kid?
uh, like I said, I'm low pulse. I don't really pay attention. Like it's cool. Like your phone blows up sometimes. It's cool, but I try to overlook it. I try to just go out there and enjoy my senior season because I only get one of them.
I think that's the way you got to tick. So, what
Hmm.
did this winter look like for you in terms of development? What were the keys that you were trying to really hone in on and improve?
Uh, Mainly like throwing a third pitch because once you go three or four times through a lineup. I guess they could still guess 50-50 and get it right. So having a third pitch was one of the big thing. And then another thing was just continue to getting stronger. I put on like 10 to 12 pounds from like since like November or December. Um, a lot of that's just eating, making the right choices when eating, and staying in the weight room the entire time. And I've built like a lot of, I guess, lower body strength because like it's cool to top out at high velos, but I think more scouts care about if you can hold it throughout the game.
Out.
So I've been working on maintaining velo throughout the game, and it's been paying off recently.
Okay, so when you look forward and you look toward the end of your spring and you look toward possibly LSU or the pros, like what's next on your checklist? What are you trying to accomplish here over the next 12 months?
Next thing on my checklist is winning a high school state championship because I got to do it my sophomore year, but I wasn't really like involved. Like I was just the guy who got the ring. Like, cool, you were on the team, but it didn't like really mean a lot to me because I threw like 20 innings that year. So I'm trying to win a ring that means a lot, means something to me. Um, and then after that, I don't know. I'll let it all figure itself out. Like I said, I'm just trying to enjoy this season. I don't really want to get ahead of myself, and it'll all work itself out.
I think that's the way that you got to look at things. Um, so as you've kind of gone through the last 2.5 years now of your amateur baseball career, what has been the biggest like moment of adversity that you've had to face? Well, what have you had to overcome?
Uh, I'll go back like 3 years. I was like 5'2", 5'3" my freshman year, maybe like 100 pounds, give or take. Um,
Man.
and I didn't even know if I was going to make the baseball team. I almost transferred schools because I didn't think I would make it. And they took a chance on me, and I grew about a foot the next summer. And that's when everything started to projectile out, I guess. I was a baby giraffe, is what everybody kept calling me. Uh, I was just this guy walking around with long limbs, not knowing what to do with them. But in the off season, put my head down, learned how to use my body the right way, and it all started coming together.
So with your frame having grown into that so quickly and with your fastball curveball combo, I'm wondering, is there a guy in the big leagues that you've kind of looked up to that you kind of see a little bit of yourself in him? Like maybe someone that you model your game after?
Uh, I've compared myself to Tristan McKenzie
Oh, I like
um,
that.
from
I
the
like that a
Guardians.
lot.
No
Yeah.
one's ever told me that, but I remember I was watching him one day and I saw him rip off like 11 breakers in a row, and I was like, that's something I've definitely done before. And it's not like he throws like he's not like 99 to 101, like he sits in the low to mid 90s. So I could relate myself to that.
I like that. That's a very good comp. That's a very good comp. Um, okay, so LSU. I got to talk about LSU. It is the
Yeah.
arguably like the premier program in the country. You're committed to be a Tiger. I got to ask, what was that process like? When did Jay Johnson approach you, and why are you excited to be a Tiger?
Uh, so the process was a pretty crazy journey. My sophomore year, when I was just growing into my body, I was committed to Mississippi State for like a year or year and a half,
Hmm.
and I talked it over with my family, and I decided to pull out. And then for about 6 more months, uh, I just kept getting better and better. And Coach Johnson was on me before, but it was his first year there, and he was still settling in and figuring out his own team.
Hmm.
So, um, and like, shoot, I don't know, some recent time, he reached out, and I live 30 seconds from campus, so it really wasn't that hard to get in touch.
Yeah.
Um, I love the coaching staff there. I mean, they produce big leaguers. It's a fact. And I trust them with what I have.
I like that. Good answer. That's a good program. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple more questions, and then I want to get you out of here. Maybe three questions. Speaking to
Okay.
a future fan base, LSU fans, maybe a big league organization, big league fans, what are they getting in William Schmidt? Like, what do you bring into an organization or a program?
Bringing a good team player. Um, like I said, I'm not the team leader, but I do my best to keep the team intact. Uh, like people, I mean, when they go over 3 with 3 strikeouts, I mean, they're not going to want me to go up to them and say like you're okay, but I'm going to do it anyway. Uh, I find the positive side in everything. And then on the mound, you're gonna get someone who wants to win more than anybody else in the stadium, whether it's like a game of rock, paper, scissors or College World Series. I want to win more than anybody.
William Schmidt, glue guy. That's what we're gonna go with, glue guy. All
That's
right, last
good.
two questions. You're walking out to the mound for the next 20, 25 years. All right. What's the one walk-up song that you're comfortable selecting and never changing for 25 years?
Oh God. Let's see.
A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. Uh, I'll probably go. I'm not like I said, I'm like the cool, mellow guy. Like I don't need like the huge rap blaring in my face for me to get up there and be good. So I'll probably go with like Your Heart or Mine by John Party.
Mellow. Very mellow.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping a slow heartbeat. Okay. Last question. The showcase circuit, you
Mm-hmm.
were all over the country last year, like you said, got to know a lot of guys. During that summer, who's the one guy that you met, hung out with? No shot you're let him date your sister.
Not letting date my sister.
Yes, sir.
Uh Probably oh God. Probably I'll say PJ Morlando.
PJ?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I had PJ on the show a couple weeks ago. He's got a little sister, cold-blooded.
Oh wow. I didn't even know that. I'm not like super close with him, but I hung out with him enough.
I dig it, man. I dig it. PJ's a good dude, and I'm sure he'll take it. He'll take it in
Yeah.
stride. William Schmidt, LSU commit. Listen, man, I'm a huge fan of you, a huge fan of the entire arsenal. I tweeted last week. I said if someone gives you a gyroscopic cutter that you rip like 90 miles an hour, dude, nobody's gonna hit you. Not like anyone can hit you, anyways. William Schmidt, good luck the rest of the way, dude. Excited to see where your baseball career takes you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.